Midnight special. If my face doesn't express how I feel about this film, I don't know what does.
They think you're a weapon. And the ranch thinks you're their savior.
Dad, it's okay.
I had tremendously high expectations when going into Midnight Special. I love all of the actors involved. I know that the director of this film also directed another very well made film known as Mud. I haven't seen it, but I heard great things about it. And I just really enjoy sort of sci-fi space films involving children and the government and espionage and all that stuff. So going to Midnight Special, I had a lot to look forward to. Now, was I pleasantly surprised by this film? Did I enjoy it? No. So let's start off with the goods. Alright, the cinematography in this film is absolutely amazing. So there's so many gorgeous looking shots in this film. The visual effects and the CG, especially in the last 2 minutes of the film, look spectacular. And the performance for the most hand are very well done. Everybody looks very invested in their characters, and everybody looks like they understand their characters. From the second the film started, I was hoping that there would be that sequence, like in all the other sci-fi films I've seen to date, where they explain what is going on. Because you know when you watch a film and there's always sequences in which the characters are just doing things and you just have to get into it, but there will be a later sequence where they explain what is going on and why they're trying to do what is happening? Yeah, that scene doesn't exist in this film. There's not a single sequence in this film where the characters at all try to explain what is going on or merely even discuss what is going on. They just do it. The best way I can explain this film is putting you in front of season 3 of a random show, pressing a random episode and watching it without any further knowledge of what happens, because that's what it feels like when watching this film. It feels like it's the second or third film in a trilogy and you are simply not aware or up to date on what has previously occurred. Another funny thing is the film feels real. The only sense really I felt like this film felt really real was the sense that the characters in the film knew what was going on, but the viewers didn't. I am estimating there was 150 lines of dialogue in this near 2-hour film. And that's my other major gripe with Midnight Special. There is hardly any dialogue. Literally, no one speaks in this film. And even when they do start to speak, when the sequence of dialogue starts to build up to its potential momentum, it ends. Let me give you an example. Let's say two characters that are both in the government in this film are discussing what is wrong with the boy. So the first line of dialogue would be something like, are you up to date with the current situation? The next line of dialogue from the other guy would be, yes, do you understand what is going on yourself? And then going back to the first guy, it'd be like, do you know what is wrong with the child? And the scene will just end right like that. Every sequence, every scene, every little shot in which two characters are talking simply starts to build a little bit of momentum, but when that momentum starts to be a little bit built, it ends. So it is extremely hard to get invested in a film in which none of the dialogue is spoken up to its full potential. It's like this film, I know this film on a really low budget, and what I'm assuming is there was about 30 minutes of scene they had to chop out to get the estimated budget of the film. Because really, there's so many scenes of dialogue in this film where they end prior to what you believe where they would actually begin. Midnight Special gets a C+. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Midnight Special. This was an unfortunate disappointment and I'm really upset I didn't like it as much as I hoped I would, especially with the rave reviews my friends were giving me about it. So with that said, as usual, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.